Sup everyone, welcome to another cooking program with T.O.C, aka Total Obvious Comedy. Today I'm going to be making a roast pork leg. Don't know why that was so hard for me to say. I'll be talking my way through it, talking you guys through it. Hopefully you enjoy it and hopefully it works out well. And I'll post it either way, even if it turns out badly. I'll just show you guys what I've done. So yes, I'm going to get my pork joint out. So this is my pork leg. This is courtesy of Costco. It's quite a big one. You can see compared to my hand, it's actually quite large. It comes with the string on it. It's pre-scored. I might put some more on there as well, but that will help us give us some very nice crackling, as you can see around here. And we've got a nice piece of meat as well too. So, all right, now I'm going to do the trivet. Okay, we're going to start off now with the trivet. Just roughly chopped onions, they're going to go in there. I'm using 2 whole onions, so you can use as many as you like, whatever floats your boat. And we're going to throw in a few cloves of garlic. Mix that all up in there. Now I'm going to throw in some dried thyme and some dried up garlic powder. That's going to go in there as well too. And now a little bit of cayenne pepper. Oh, there we go, cayenne pepper. Just a little bit, don't need too much of this. Okay, that's that done. And now I'm going to pour in some oil. This is not a healthy recipe. I just want to get that out there right now. This is not healthy. And now, the pièce de résistance. We're going to add some Leon Perrins Worcester sauce. Yeah, that's nice. And then to top it all off, to make it extra unhealthy, I'm going to throw in some butter. So what this will really do is mostly work with the flesh. In terms of the skin, I'll show you that in a second, but that's your trivet done. So I'm going to just give that a nice little mix up. And yeah, there you go, that's your trivet done. And so we're now going to move on to the actual pork itself. So we've got our pork here. What I actually like to do is take the string off because it gives me more to work with. So just work your way with it. Don't be shy when it comes to meat. Just work your way. If it needs to be, just cut the string. Who cares? So that's what I'm going to do. Just cut the string off. Okay. Done. Now, this bit, don't be shy with it. So, as you can see, your pork just flattens out like so. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. Okay. Alright, lovely. So you can see here, this is your big flat piece of pork. We're now going to get some salt. But first what I'm going to do is just go through it a little bit. Just cut into any crevices that need cutting into the fat, and this will really help with your crackling. I don't care if it's even or not, just as long as it's done. Right, and luckily this has been pre-scored, so you want to get into these fatty bits. Right, let's put your salt on there. This is salt, right? Good. And just lather it on there, and this will give you a fantastic crackling. And the more mess you make, the better, so who cares? Right, let's move this up here. Get right in there. You try not to get onto the flesh too much, because pork is already quite a salty meat anyways. You just want to just get as much in there as possible. And then what I'm going to do, put a little drop of olive oil, and this will give it a nice colour. Only a little drop, don't need too much. This will give it a nice colour, a nice finish to the whole thing. And then I'm going to pour a little bit more salt, and now we're just going to really get in there. Just rub it right in. Don't be shy, as my mother always says when we have guests over. Don't be shy, just rub it right in there. And then we're good as gold. bit more. I'm happy. Some might say, "Oh, you're overdoing it, Tharun." I don't care. This is my recipe, and this is how I do it. And there's no specific amount of salt. It's just up to yourself. But as long as everything's covered, doesn't really matter then. Okay, lovely. So that's your pork nicely salted. So I'm going to put my pork into my trivet, and because it's quite a large piece of pork, just make sure it all gets in there. And what you'll see is your pork, with the salt on there, it will automatically start to pull the moisture out of it. That's not a bad thing, but you just don't want to leave it for too long. You just want to make sure that it's ready to go in the oven now. And it actually is ready to go in. One thing I didn't say, before you actually cook meat, you need to let it get to room temperature. That way the cooking is much better. So I've preheated the oven to 200 degrees on my fan oven here. What I'm going to do, you can see me filming there. I'm going to now put my pork in there. It's heavy. Oh my God. Try to do this with one hand. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is for the first half an hour, I'm actually going to knock it up to about what have I knocked it up to? About 210, 215 for the first half an hour. And what that'll do is that'll help with the crackling, get it nice and crispy. And then after that, we'll knock it down, but after the first half an hour. So we've had half an hour. I've now given it a quick baste. I'm now going to knock the temperature down to 180. We're now going to leave that in the oven for about an hour and a half and just let that cook. Pork doesn't tend to burn, but we're just going to keep the heat low for now, so that really now the meat can cook and get a little bit moist and tender. And then for the last half an hour, I might knock the heat up again, depending on how the crackling looks, to get some nice crackle. Let's have a quick look at it. So that's how we're looking so far. Oh, I always make this mistake of fog it up. So that's how we're looking so far, and yeah, so far so good. So you can see, got some lovely crackling on top. Don't worry about all the weird salty flakes on the top there. And we've got a lovely bit of a sauce on the side, and that's what's kept this pork nice and moist. And this will help make a fantastic gravy. And now the test to see if the crackling's done. When it makes that noise, you know you've done good. Right, next up, I'm going to move it onto this chopping board, and I'm going to leave it to rest. Now, you can leave it to rest for 15 to 30 minutes. The longer you let it rest, the better, because then the meat becomes nice and moist and tender. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit when it comes to the carving. Oh, you know that's good. Try and say no to that. Now, these little bits here, you might be thinking, oh, well, that looks a bit unappetizing. Don't worry about it. That is fine. That's just the salt getting in there and making it nice and crispy. So that bit, you just scrape it away. You can use a fork, use a knife, use whatever. But just scrape that away. That's not a problem at all. But it just helps add to it. Right. Okay, as you can see, there's actually been some juice that's come out of it now. So I'm going to try and take this crackling off. So, just pull it, don't worry break any of it, it's going to be broken up anyway, so pull this off. Oh, look at that. See, that's it. Okay, it's not just pulling straight off, but this is what you need to do. Oh, look at that. That's it. That's the spirit. See, there's now got a thin layer of fat right here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover that with some foil so that remains in there, so not too much heat gets to it. And yeah, so that's that done. And then what I might do as well, cover it with foil, and you can put a tea towel on it as well too. And that'll just keep the heat in there, and it'll just keep the all the juices, you know, thriving within it. Showing you a little bit of crackling, so just try a little bit, see if it's any good. Got a great crunch to it, nice and salty. Can see the smile on my face. That is bloody good. Yeah, that's it. That's proper, that. So let's have a look. So you can see it's been rested. You can see even look in the foil and see that. Now time for the carving. So I don't know if it's still recording. Right, let's carve this. Right there. It's always good to carve away from the grain. And oh, look at that, nice and moist. Oh, look at that there. Oh, it's beautiful. See the steam coming off it as well too. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. You can even feel how tender it is. Oh, I've got a nice little bit here. Let's have a taste of this. Oh, let me put my camera up. Ah, moved it down. Okay, right. Let's have a taste of this. This is why I could never be vegetarian. That's just so good. Beautiful. Well, that was bloody tasty. Right, that was roast pork there. Make sure you treat it kindly. Roast pork is not to be taken lightly. So, that was a great recipe. If you want to find out, I will put the ingredients in the description. Well, with the pork, it's not really a lot of ingredients involved, but it's mostly for the trivet. I'll put the ingredients in the description. And if you want to have a go at making it, by all means, have a go. There's plenty of recipes out there, but this one bloody works. Okay. I would say like and subscribe, but I don't care anymore. Alright, lovely. Stay posted and stay sexy. Bye-bye.